much, Andy. Now, in November 1805, Devon-born Lieutenant John Richards Lapenotiere sailed into Falmouth with momentous news to report: the victory and subsequent death of Admiral Lord Nelson in the Battle of Trafalgar. He then began a journey to London by horse-drawn carriage to deliver his urgent dispatch. It was to take Lieutenant Lapenotiere around 37 hours to cover the 271 miles. Along the way, there were 21 stops at coaching inns to change horses. Well, in 2005, on the 200th anniversary of the journey, the route was named the Trafalgar Way and marked by a series of bronze plaques passing through 7 counties. Today, a competition's been launched in the hope of putting the historic route firmly on the map. Johnny Rutherford's been finding out more.
More than 200 years ago at Falmouth, there was breaking news of the Battle of Trafalgar.
The whole country was waiting to hear if the fleets had met. The people of Falmouth knew that a ship like Pickle carries news.
Adam Preston is a descendant of Nelson. That link has inspired him to inspire others about the Trafalgar Way and how the news of Nelson's victory but death got dispatched to London.
This messenger was given this great task of delivering this world-changing news, and he had a bit of an adventure, and it turned into a bit of a race with another officer. And for me, it becomes a way of sort of throwing light on how the world worked in those days.
Lieutenant Lapenotiere left Falmouth for Truro, taking the fastest express route to London.
After Truro, the second stop was Fradden, and here at the Blue Anchor, and that's where they would change the horses for the cost of £2 and 17 shillings. And from here, very quickly, back on the road again and off to Bodmin.
These days, on average, it takes roughly 5 hours to get from Falmouth to London by road. Back then, it could take 3 weeks.
And so Bodmin was the third stop, but it was a bit cheaper here to change horses at only £1, 19 shillings. But that was a lot in those days.
The whole journey would cost a whopping £46, but the lieutenant was rewarded handsomely for his news flash, which took roughly 37 hours to deliver across land. And today's competition is offering rewards of prizes for students to write a short story on their urgent message.
You've discovered and you've made a new way of transport. There was like a really big grand house somewhere, and maybe it got burned down or something. And there was loads of money that somebody needed to get.
They've discovered like a new valuable stone that they could like mine on the moon.
And after they've written that story and submitted it, they will know what the Trafalgar Way is. They'll know how important the message was, because they'll have been thinking about their own urgent message, which is the theme of our competition.
They look like they're loving that learning, don't they?